What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? It's your favorite doctor back here again, ready to bring the poison, the pain, and the death, and the knowledge. Today, we're going to talk about herbs and how to use herbs in your death magic, specifically in cursing, and how to, do some positive shit with it. How to, heal yourself, heal others, and the general way to tap into the vibrational essences of these herbs. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? First thing you need to know, there is a way you can access the vibrations of different plants through meditation, specifically clearing your energy body and energizing your crown chakra. That alone, when done the correct way, can give you the same effect you would get from smoking weed, that high, so to speak. And from there, you can start to receive gnosis and understanding. I wouldn't say like just from space, but like from the stars, so to speak, from the planets, from the constellations, the spirits in those constellations, in that firmament, so to speak. And then you can bring that into your body, ground the information, ground the knowledge, and then bring it back down to earth through tobacco. The thing is, when you access one vibration of a plant, you access them all in a way, and all that is connected to them. Because these plants, whether they are more etheric, like weed, they elevate your vibration, or whether they're more grounding or lower vibrational, such as tobacco, they all connect to the earth and the planes beyond, and the things that walk in those planes and that walk on earth. So, for example, when you're smoking tobacco and you're doing it in a really shamanic fashion, you fucking not only connect to the demonic essence of the plant, but you connect to the power animals of the plant as well. And all that is connected to it. So, when you smoke this, you don't just smoke the herb. You're not just taking in the power of the herb. You're taking in the power of the animals connected to the herb, such as the panther, the jaguar, the freaking elephant, for example. You feel me? The land animals, the land creatures. Some poisonous animals, such as the snake, the different reptiles and all that other kind of shit. You're drawing on that power collectively, and you're bringing it into your fucking root chakra. Because the root chakra, the element for that is earth, and it deals with all things connected to the earth and that which lies up under the earth, i.e. the grave, death essence, that kind of thing. Now, when you look in most grimoires, especially necromantic ones, you'll see that there are various recipes for death hexes, wards, and all other kind of shit. But they combine seemingly random herbs in the concoction. The reason you see this is because these herbs vibrationally connect to one another through various astral pathways. And therefore, it's simply a matter of this goes with this to create this reaction, and this goes with this to create this reaction. This plant works with this plant in this formula, and this is the result that is produced by that formula. So you may see a recipe for death oil or something. I'm just making this up off the top of my head here as an example. That includes wormwood, that includes freaking bay leaves, that includes sulfur, and then something like an essential oil, for example, that could be like lavender or some shit like that. Now, at first glance, you're going to be like, what the fuck does lavender have to do with death oil? Like, what does it have to do with this kind of thing? But if you meditate on the essence of the oil in the plant, the spirits of those plants will start to kind of speak to you and give you gnosis on, hey, this is how this plant interacts and connects, and this is how your goal is fulfilled. Literally, working with herbs, this kind of necromantic herbology, is literally like chemistry. You have to know what you're doing in a precise dose and fucking measure, or else you're going to get a very bad chemical reaction. You feel me? Not just physically, but spiritually. So, how do you go about utilizing this to your benefit or to the detriment of others. Meditation. Energize your chakras. You can do this through repetitions of seed mantras. You see you got the mala beads here, all that other kind of shit. You can get yourself a mala bead or make your own. Standard is like 108. And freaking for each chakra, do 108 repetitions of that seed mantra. And after you're done, focus on each chakra. It will energize it and allow you to expand your vibration to the point where you can perceive these things. Because it goes much deeper than just thinking about the plant, getting a little sensation here and there, and then you're done. It goes into your perception is altered. This was especially the case with Carlos Castaneda and the Toltec shamans. When they took these plants, these sacred herbs, their whole position of their assemblage point was shifted to a whole other fucking reality, which if you have the foresight and you read the lines should tell you how powerful and dangerous this kind of stuff is. Even if it's just a plain old cigar like tobacco. Freaking, when you meditate on this kind of herb or whatever the herb is that you're using, you're going to feel into it and you're going to pick up the vibration of it. And it will start to teach you itself. That's why they're called plant teachers, so to speak. You'll start to see the energetic connections or the energetic cords that connect different families of plants to another seemingly separate family of plants. And you'll start to see how the correspondences that you read about in various spells and grimoires mix together, and then you'll be able to take it from there and form your own fucking potions and all other kind of shit. A very good example is ayahuasca. Holy shit, man. Physically, if you take the physical corpse or the physical body of the plant, because each plant has a spirit that has its physical form that it inhabits, if you take that in the wrong dose, you're going to fucking die. You're going to have a very hard time dealing with what ayahuasca presents to you. But if you meditate on it and tap into the vibrational essence of it, while you smoke tobacco, for example, or smoke whatever it is you smoke, then you'll be able to experience the benefits without the negative effects of overdose, because it's then the plant and the energy itself coming to you and telling you the secrets of its dominion and all the other kind of shit. Feel me? Now, that being said, if you can tap into, let's go back to the weed example or to the crown chakra example. If you can expand your energy body to the degree to where you tap into that vibration without having to take the drug, then you can do the same thing with your root chakra, with tobacco, and have both forces, the higher and the lower, as within, so without, working to give you your revelation, your idea, your psychic insight, all that good shit. And therefore you come to gnosis and understanding, and you gain access to the transmutative secrets of tobacco. Because I think I stated this before in another video, when you inhale, you're pulling in energy, combining with the magical essence of tobacco. And when you exhale, it's being transmuted through the plant. And the physical smoke you see is just a sign of the unseen smoke element, the unseen plant element going out, doing whatever it is you commanded it to do. Now, since all plants have vibrational pathways to accompany them, you can start to chart out and map out the range of the plant, the kingdom of the plant, so to speak, how far it can reach on Earth or into other planes, and how far it cannot reach. Now, the thing is with tobacco, actually, let me go back to the weed. The thing is with weed, it deals with the stars, the cosmos, the universe, and the extra dimensional planes of existence. So when you use that, you're going to tap into those forces, which can bring up very, very, very powerful results with whatever it is that you're doing. But if you use the same technique with tobacco, you're going to tap into the earth, the animal spirits, the native land, the primal roots of the earth, that kind of thing. And you're also going to tap into the grave as well. I'm I'm not going to say secret, but one of the secrets of tobacco is that the energy and the smoke of it can transmute other plants and herbs to expand their range so that they reach beyond the living and the dead alike. Therefore, you attain a dominion over both. I'm going to say that again. One of the secrets of tobacco is that it can transmute other plants, even though seemingly not related to it, their vibrational essence, so that it's expanded and you extend their vibrational range beyond the living and the dead alike, thus attaining dominion over both. Now, in application, for example, what you can do is, let's say you take roses or some shit, right? Let's say you're trying to do a spell to like bring a lover to you or some shit, or you're summoning a intranquil spirit. Let's use that example. You're summoning a intranquil spirit to do work for you, to bring your ex back or something like that. If you use normal rose petals, even in a consecrated state, you're going to have a pretty strong effect, but it's going to be minimal nonetheless. It's not really going to do much to compel the spirit that you're working with. But if you take the tobacco and you do the proper rituals and you blow the smoke over it and transmute that elemental vibration and expand its frequency and spectrum and range, then it's going to greatly influence the spirit that you're working with, which in turn influences the person that is your target. This is done through astral resonance. The spirit, because spirits are not just amorphous fucking blobs of smoke. They have spiritual bodies, astral bodies, minds, beings, and souls, personalities, that kind of thing. This kind of goes back to Franz Barden's initiation into Hermetics, where he talks about the structure of the human body, or not so much the human body, but the human cosmology. You have the physical body, the astral body, then the mental body, plus the elemental tetrapolar magnet, the four-pole magnet, so to speak, composed of the elements. Spirits have this same thing, and their astral bodies can be influenced, can be heated up to enhance their faculties and enhance their ability to accomplish the job. You feel me? So if you use the roses, going back to that example, if you use the roses and you blow the tobacco smoke over, transmute all the other kind of stuff, it's going to enhance the spirit's astral body with that fiery essence, combining from the tobacco with the roses. Therefore, your love work becomes much more potent. Does that make sense? Now, the thing is that this heavily relies on shamanism. And you can tell even by the way I'm talking that I'm already in another fucking state of mind entirely just from smoking this shit. You feel me? So you have to be very careful about your perceptions, about your environment that you're in, and the people you interact with while you do this. Especially if you're using more dangerous psychotropic drugs such as ayahuasca or peyote. There are real dangers even to the most simplest of herbal medicines because they open up your perception, your luminous bands of perception, if you're familiar with Toltec shamanism. And you start to perceive things that you're really not ready for. It's not even so much that your consciousness isn't ready for it. It's the fact that you're perceiving it at a speed where energetic action takes precedence over mental processing and thus physical action. So you could see something in somebody, and before you know it, you slice their neck open. You feel me? Your whole perception gets warped. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a caution to mind your surroundings, to know yourself, to know your own psychology so you know how to react when these things come up. This is not fear-mongering. This is not some fucking disclaimer or discouragement to prevent you from experimenting with these plant medicines. Simply know yourself. Know yourself and all will be well. Going back to the necromantic aspect of things. These plants, tobacco, wormwood, whatever it is, they connect to the realm of the dead and the different kingdoms within those realms. You can especially look into things like Palo Mayombe or Kimbanda, and you'll find that they have their whole hierarchy set out by kingdoms, roads, streets, etc. And when you start working with the dead in these kingdoms, the plants you use, they bolster, transmute, and expand the energetic frequencies and range of those spirits, as well as yourself. So not only does your resonance increase, the spirit's power increases as well. For example, you can look in freaking Haitian voodoo, and you see, for example, Baron Samedi has a cigar. Sometimes Papa Kalfu, Metkalfu, has a cigar. Sometimes Papa Legba has a cigar. Other entities have a cigar. And you bring these things as offerings, not simply to appease them, but to develop a greater resonance with them and to also heat up the work. That's part of the symbology that you see in things like Haitian Vodou. I'm going to just ride that current for a minute and kind of explain this. With the cigar aspect, what they're showing you, what Baron Samedi, Papa Kalfu, etc. is showing you is that you smoke this while you're doing your ritual. You smoke it over the veve, etc. Pour the rum and all that to heat up the work. Rum is fiery. Whiskey, vodka, gin, that's fiery shit. And the vibrations of it serve to expand what's already there. That's why you smoke it. It also resonates with darkness and the things hidden within the darkness. It also resonates with sexual energy as well, because you're working with your root chakra. You see the symbolism here? Like, there's so much deep mysteries in this. And if you notice, there's a particular way they smoke it as well. They don't smoke it with the normal front end out like that. They smoke it with the hot end in their mouth and they blow it out like there. That's the reverse fiery breath, so to speak. Some people call it the breath of the dragon. The 218 current calls it the breath of Amiyazatan, etc. But it's utilizing the breath in a reverse way to bring unforeseen, unseen, and unnatural effects and bolstering to your magic, to your sorcery, or whatever it is that you're doing. Now, you see a lot of shamans, especially necromantic shamans, smoking it, you know what I'm saying? It puts us in a trance with the right quality ingredient, all the other good shit. So with that being said, whatever plant you choose to use, make sure it's of the highest quality if you can. The reason is because different qualities of plants have different tiers of effects to those qualities. If you're using a cheap, everyday cigar, you can get results. I've gotten results with it, but it's not going to be as strong as you using something that's fucking straight up from Peru or Honduras. You feel me? And it's not even about the look or the fucking flashiness of it. It's about the fact that these plants that come from Honduras, Peru, Nicaragua, etc., they are grown in a place that's not magically suppressed. They're grown in a place that does not have suppressant influences like Christianity or Islam or Judaism. Or even if they do, it's not that prevalent to where it hinders the natural growth of the flora in those regions. You feel me? That's why something from the Amazon will always be as more powerful than something from America. You feel me? That's why you can get these plants and things from other places and you experience mind-blowing trips and all the other kind of shit. So be mindful of where you source your plant spirits from. If you're not able to, if you're in a financial bind and you're still trying to do your shit, you can still get results with what you use currently, you know? But when you do make it out of that situation, as you start progressing, it's time to upgrade yourself, and thus your sorcery gets upgraded as a result. You start using better quality materials, your death hexes start working better, your healings start working better and much more quicker. You start to attain different levels of gnosis and insight. You feel me? So, with that being said, I'm going to conclude the video. I think that's enough for you all to put in your pipe and smoke. Frickin', if you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe. Please comment. My links are down below. Check out my Patreon. Got some good shit going on there. And I'll be back with some more knowledge. So, favorite doctor is out. Peace.